Alright, VandyMania fans, Vanderbilt fans, this is Don Yates with VandyMania.com. We're coming to you live from Hawkins Field. Vanderbilt's conducting their second fall practice session of the 2018 in preparation for the 2019 season. This is our first time we've done this live on Facebook's live streaming system. We're no longer using Ustream. We used that a few times a couple of years ago. We're going to give Facebook streaming a try now. So give us any comments you see. Make a comment if you like this, if you appreciate it. Let us know if it's something you want to continue seeing, and we'll try to do as much of it as we can. As you can hear, head coach Tim Corbin, it appears he's at home plate right now. He's got a machine. They're doing some defensive drills. He's popping balls out towards second base where there's a group of players that are take turns fielding the ball. There goes one to third base. No way of really telling who they are because they only have numbers on the back. So once they turn around and show us their backs, we can't tell you who the house either. See your phone.
$12, $16.50.
You do it. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. What I did wrong. That's exactly what I did. Let's see.
Right now in your mouth.
Looks like it's a good day for practice in baseball. Pretty warm, probably about at least 70 degrees out here. Sunshine, so it's very lucky. There's been practices in the past where it's been very cold and miserable. There you go, man. I can't do it. I don't know what's wrong with that.
What are you trying to do?
Just trying to go to a web browser. Keeps going to sleep, and then I have to re-log in, and I don't know why. Can't do it. Too stupid, I guess. Don't forget, Vanderbilt's going to have a live scrimmage with Oklahoma State on the 20th and the 21st, a Saturday and a Sunday. It's going to be a 1 o'clock start on Saturday, the 20th, and a 11 a.m. start on the 21st. So that's Vanderbilt, Oklahoma State. It's not going to be it's going to kind of be a controlled scrimmage, but still should be interesting to see the Commodores going against a live opponent. I think the coach at Oklahoma State, he was an assistant at Vanderbilt for several years before he went over to the Big 12. Look at the 2019 Vanderbilt roster. Got a lot of guys coming back. A lot of guys are veterans, seasoned veterans, fifth-year seniors, which normally Vanderbilt doesn't have a lot of those. Alonzo Jones for one. Harrison Ray. Connor Kaiser. Wait a minute. Hold on. I'm looking at 2018. So let me see if I can find the 2019 roster if they have it yet. It's like they don't have that uploaded yet. Okay. Scratch Connor Kaiser. Gonna miss him. One of the best shortstops in the SEC. Is Ethan Paul coming back? I don't know about Ethan Paul. Let's see. Austin Martin, he'll be one coming back. He was a gem for sure. Pat DeMarco. Tyler Brown's coming back. Pitcher. Right-handed pitcher. Julian Fonte. He's one that gives a solid play at first base. Patrick Rady. I heard he's coming back. So, looking at a lot of great players coming back for Vanderbilt. And there's some freshmen that are coming in that are really Vanderbilt has one of the top recruiting classes in the country. The freshmen coming in for next year. I think they're number one in the nation actually for that year's class, the 2018 class. Mason Hickman, the pitcher. J.J. Blade, yeah. He's a superstar for Vanderbilt. Drake Fellows, right-handed pitcher. Jason Gonzalez, infielder. So things are looking bright for the 2019 Vanderbilt baseball season. Last year, Vanderbilt came an inning from the College World Series. They basically got just about everybody coming back. Infielders, pitchers. It's going to be fun. (2019) Vanderbilt baseball season schedule. We'll run over that. I don't even know if they have that up yet. I don't have it up yet. 2018 schedule. Vanderbilt knocked off Duke 2 out of 3 games to start off the season. Swept Presbyterian. Swept UMass Lowell here at Hawkins Field. Went down to Houston. Lost a couple of games. Won one game. Went out to Southern California. Lost to Long Beach State. Defeated UCLA, and then the game with USC was canceled. Then they beat a good TCU team 7-4. After an upset loss to Eastern Kentucky, Vandy got into the SEC slate. Started off strong with a sweep at Mississippi State. When you consider that Mississippi State would later sweep Florida at Starkville, that was a pretty big series win. Lost the game to Belmont. Won 2 out of 3 from LSU here at the Hawk. Lost the game to Lipscomb. Were swept by Florida in Gainesville. Took 2 out of 3 from Georgia here at the Hawk. Then took 2 out of 3 against Ole Miss. Lost 2 out of 3 at Missouri, which I think is probably the low point of the season. Lose 2 out of 3 at Missouri. That's a team that Vanderbilt had dominated since they joined the league a few years back. South Carolina lost 2 out of 3 to them. In Columbia, one of them was a 9-10 loss, and one of those was a 7-8 loss. Sorry. Louisville lost to them 8-4. Then, I guess, correction, the low point season at Auburn gets swept. A double-digit loss in the last game. I still think Missouri was worse, come to think of it. I think That was worse to me, based on the way Vandy dominated. Vandy lost the series to...
That's the first time we ever lost to them the whole time we've been.
Yeah. Well, I think they lost one to them last year. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe not. This year or last year they lost their first one. But Auburn had taken a series from us the year before last, I think. Auburn beat us. Maybe it was last. No, I think it was year before last, because they generally rotate the locations of the series. I think it was the year before last. We got them last year here. Tennessee, Vandy wins 2 out of 3. Probably should have had a sweep there. Kentucky, Vanderbilt swept convincingly. Vandy went to Clemson in the NCAA after winning the Nashville regional and beat St. John's, and then defeated Clemson University twice to take the regional, super regional. And Vandy hosted Mississippi State for a 3-game series. It was a very exciting series, but Vandy came up short in the last game after leading in the... Not sure. Look.
Maybe game 1.
Yeah, that game went into extra innings and it was tied. Both teams scored 3 runs in the 9th inning to push it into extra innings. There was no score in the 10th, and then in the 11th, Mississippi State scored 4 runs, and Vanderbilt couldn't answer. Very exciting game, though. I think both those teams are going to do well in the 2019 season. They got a lot of people coming back, and the Mississippi State players started out the season with a new head coach, and they, like I said, Vanderbilt swept them in their first SEC series, but by the end of the season they had swept Florida. So I expect Mississippi State to do well, but then again they didn't keep that coach, right, Eddie? They hired a different coach after he took them. He took them to the finals. Was it the finals of the World Series or just? That was Arkansas that made it to the finals, and they
got real close.
Arkansas came a fly ball away from winning the World Series, but Mississippi State was the team I think that lost to Arkansas. For Arkansas to make it. But looking ahead to 2019, I think Vandy's going to be right up there in the top 5 in the nation. Again, this is Don Yates with VandyMania.com. I got my good friend and cousin Eddie Sharp here. He's really the expert on baseball. The guy knows everything about baseball, and I know about baseball, basics. He's into all the little things, little details, shifts, and things like that I don't really notice. But we're glad you're joining us, and they were doing some pitching in the outfield, some warm-up catching, and they're gonna have the Oklahoma State out here. I think I said the 20th and the 21st. That's a Saturday and Sunday, and it should be interesting to see Vandy doing, playing with a real opponent instead of playing themselves. With the black and gold. I think they're still gonna do a black and gold series though. Again, it's a beautiful day out here at the Hawk. Comfortable, not too hot and sweaty, but sunny. It's kind of relaxing, huh, Eddie?
Oh, yeah.
Eddie just had his eyes, he can't see too much. He saw a big blob. He said, "What's that big blob out there at second base?" And I was like, "That's the team standing around huddled. They had white pants on," and he saw that.
I didn't see the dark.
Poor Eddie. We got on the elevator and poor old Eddie walked into the wall because he thought it was an exit. It was pretty bad. He's getting better. thankfully. I see Dan Scott. We're glad to have you. I agree with you. Hell yeah. Are you the Dan Scott? Is your son play for the team, or do we have a Scott on the roster? No. You know how to get back to the page I was on? Oh. Okay. Well, I'm glad we got somebody in here watching. We didn't give any advance notice, so we understand. People didn't know about it. It's kind of a experimental type thing. That must be a Stephen Scott relative there, Dan Scott, but maybe not. Could be a Worth Scott family member. Who knows? Back in the day, remember him?
Yeah.
Beat Tennessee. Huh?
That's a great Scott.
Yeah, they're both great Scots. Stephen Scott's a great player too. Cardinal Gibbons, Cary, Indiana. He's a junior. Probably, I don't know if he's still. Is Stephen Scott still on the team? Dan Scott, if you know. Wish I had a roster. I have to print out a roster, get a roster from.
Sometimes I can get it from Siri. You check see if Siri can get it.
I went to the Vanderbilt site and they don't have it for 2019.
Ask her. Push that bottom at the bottom, you see that little thing come up and say Siri, give me the Vanderbilt.
They don't have it yet. Nobody else is going to have it until Vanderbilt puts it up, because Vanderbilt's the one who puts it up. Well, I don't know why I keep losing the page, but what should I not be touching? That button down there?
Getting too big. You spend any time at all and get away from it.
What did you do?
It's got finger touch on my left index.
Well, that's why.
Every now and then it will work with that.
Again, thanks for joining us, Vanderbilt fans or baseball fans in general. We're at Hawkins Field in Nashville, Tennessee. The Vanderbilt Commodores are conducting their second fall practice session 2018 in preparation for the 2019 season. Right now they're just doing a little warm-up and defensive drills and throwing drills. And it's a beautiful day out here at the Hawk. Very comfortable. Don't forget the upcoming practice session with Oklahoma State, between Oklahoma State and Vanderbilt. It's going to be a controlled type scrimmage when they're going to have different situations going on, and I think that's on the weekend of the 20th and 21st. I believe it's free admission, but don't quote me. Probably free admission. Very relaxing. We're trying out Facebook's live stream service. We used to use Ustream, and we've backed away from them. Over at Facebook, we do have a rather large Vanderbilt baseball Facebook page. If you're not already a follower or liking of that page, please do so. We appreciate your support. Also, check out VandyMania.com for Vanderbilt baseball information during the season and before the season. We'll be down here in preseason practice up in late January or February, whenever it starts. We usually video the first couple of practices. We'll probably use the same tool if it works out well for doing that. I know there's a lot of parents out there who aren't able to come out and see their sons practice. This gives them a chance to at least get a peek into what's going on. I was a soldier in Iraq back in 2003, 2004 in Iraq, and my son was playing high school football, and I wasn't able to see his games. And my wife would send me his videotapes of his games so I could watch them. Also, a year before Iraq, I was in Korea for a year. So back-to-back 2 years of my son's 4 years in high school playing football, I was overseas. And my wife would video the games and send them to me, and that's how I was able to see his ball games. One time he was in the state championship game, and I know how important it is to be able to see your loved ones, your children. You know, when they're home with you, you can see them play, go out to their ball games and stuff. When they go 1,000 miles away or whatever, it's just not always feasible to be able to see your kids, what's going on with your kids. So we're glad to have you.
Quarter wear number 4.
Yeah. See, now the team's moved a little bit more into the infield, and they're doing more warm-up throws, little batting, defense. Very simple drills right now. Just warming up and getting timings down and technique. There's really like 3 different things going on in the outfield. In the left field, we got something going over there. I think with the fielders, they're throwing little fly balls up for them by the big wall. Then we got something going on over there between first and second base. Looks like a little bit more fielding going on. Looks like, is that Corbin over there? It looks like Corbin over there giving instruction over between first and second. I could be wrong though.
Looks like C4.
And there's probably pitchers under the stadium doing stuff down there, but I'm not positive.
It looked like his wall.
it looks kind of like Corbin over there. In the past,
there's no upkeep on this field. That's good about it.
Yeah.
You never have to fool with it.
Yeah. This field has made it a lot easier for everybody involved. The student athletes don't have to come down early in the day before a game and prep the field. I went to a Vanderbilt UCLA game a year ago, not this year, but probably 3 or 4 years ago, and I got there really early and walked down to their stadium to check it out, and I walked right into a bunch of the UCLA players wearing civilian clothes walking up to do their pre-game celebration, and they didn't look very happy. They did. I think this is great for the team as much as the Vandy players have to study. This gives them more time to concentrate on their studies.
In the old fields, the coaches had to come out here and line the field.
Yeah.
The field, you know.
All the lining, and some people enjoy watching it. I enjoy watching the field get in line before a game starts and the crowd's filing in and they're lining the field and putting the stencils down. I think that's pretty neat to watch. And they spray the water on the dirt and spread it out, but I understand why they put this field in. I think it looks nice. It does look nice.
They had to cover it.
Yeah, they have to cover it. They have vacuum cleaners. I think when they played, what was it, Kentucky or Mississippi State series lately? It was a really bad rain they had, and they had a vacuum cleaner out there sucking up puddles of water. And they were able to get the game going again. And I think if that would have been a dirt field, that game would not have continued that night. It would have been a move to the next day. So it pays off to have something like this. If they wanted to host a baseball tournament here for high schools, it wouldn't hurt the field. It wouldn't phase it. It wouldn't be any big deal changing over from Vanderbilt from baseball. No, Vanderbilt from high school baseball. It wouldn't be a big deal. Uh-oh, we see Ernie Schultz. How you doing? Is that any? Ernie Schultz. Okay. Turn on the camera. So you can't see Ernie, you can't see the camera, you can't see the video? See if you can go to your Facebook and pull up my my VandyMania baseball page. Yeah, just do VandyMania and see if A-N. We need See, look. That's
These people.
That's the field.
Oh, okay.
Looks like the camera's on. We're watching it on the other. Oh, it says bring them on camera. It says Eddie Sharp is watching. Bring them on camera. Oh. Looks like it's working. Why don't you touch the screen and see if it gets bigger for you? There you go. That chatting is huge, ain't it? Yeah, I see your face. Anchor down. Oh, they sharp. Now he's right here next to me, and he's texting. You ever had anybody like that wanted to text you? They're in the same room as you, and they're texting you messages. Well, I got a cousin like that, Eddie Sharp. Looks like the activity is picking up a little bit more in the infield. They're going a little bit faster, picking up the pace. Head coach Corbin's now back down at the home plate, sitting on a 5-gallon bucket, throwing balls out. He's yelling out instructions, cursing it. No, he doesn't. I've never heard him curse at anyone. He's a class act. He doesn't do that, but he will chew some butt if he has to. In a couple of minutes, I'm going to go down and take my camera and take some pictures. So check back on Baseball VandyMania, VandyMania Baseball, whichever one. I always mix it up. If one don't work, try the other one. And we're going to have photos up of this practice session. Probably a little bit later tonight. We're also going to take some pictures over at the Vanderbilt, Mississippi State women's soccer match that starts at 7 p.m. Don't forget, Vanderbilt plays at Georgia this weekend on Saturday. That'll be on ESPN 2, I believe. It starts at 6:30 Central Time. We can make it down there to support the Doors. Get on down there, because from following Vanderbilt over the years, you may say they don't have no lost chance in Hades, but I'm telling you, when no one gives them a chance, that's when they're the most dangerous. All right, Vandy fans, we're going to check out here. We appreciate you joining us and look forward to an exciting 2019 Vanderbilt baseball season. So a lot of work to go before that gets here. Let your friends know about this video and follow us if you're not already a follower on our Vanderbilt baseball Facebook page. Check us out on VandyMania.com. Again, thanks for joining us. Go Doors.